Alright, everyone. This is Steins Linear You're Bounded Phenogram, and from what I understand about it, it's basically the same thing as Steins Gate, but told from the perspective of the other characters. So we should see some new information that we've not gained before, since it won't just be following Okabe Rintaro. Yeah. I'm excited to see what happens. Let's go. Dr. Jekyll Online. Quick save. Nice. Ah, Ferris. Look at that bus, it's covered in Rhinenet stuff. A single bus is parked in front of UPS. In preparation for the upcoming launch of the mega popular game Rhinenet AB3D, this vehicle has been advertising the release all across Akihabara. The walls of the bus are covered with illustrations of Rhinet's Kakeru's main characters, and a demo movie of the game is running on the screens in the windows.
Champion,
Today is going to be a long day, Champion, but we're in it together. Oh right, Ferris is the champion of Rhinenet, I forgot. Ferris is a 4-time Rhinenet ABGC champion. In fact, in some circles, she's referred to as the absolute ruler. And of course, given her stunning looks, she's the perfect poster girl for the game. Hence why she's been brought in as a special event guest on the eve of Rhinenet AB3D's release. Which is where this little tragedy begins. Indeed. Do you mind if I take some pics for my blog? Yushi wants to take some too. So let's see, how about if you shoot from over there? I don't know. Should I voice the things that are already voiced? Or should I just, like, let you guys read them, and then I'll just read the stuff that's not voiced, like this? Actually, can I? No. Cancel. Oh my god. Cancel. Backspace, hold on. One. I'm looking to see if I can get the config. There we go. Only voice volume alone, music volume we're going to turn down a little bit. Sound effects down a little bit too. Wait, I'll have to hit enter. Movie volume. Yeah, I'll be fine. Alright. Seemed like the music was a little bit loud. Alright. I think I'll just read the stuff that's not voiced. Yeah. Which I did not do that there. Shit. This is my chance. Without the PR staff noticing me, I lower my body and dive into the vehicle. I quickly hide myself in one of the cardboard boxes near the center. Perfect. Nobody's noticed me. The inside of the vehicle is a total mess, so I doubt anyone's going to catch wind of me. I hide my body in with the cape on my back and quietly wait for the right time. Eventually, Mayuri and Ferris enter the bus and close the curtain, separating the back from the driver's seat. Ferris begins to change into her costume as she listens to Mayuri's words of support. Ferris slowly removes her familiar top, revealing her slender arms beneath. Apparently, Mayuri is also going to be cosplaying and helping out. She begins to remove her clothes as well. I swear I have no ulterior motives here. I'm just keeping a careful eye on them to make sure that I don't miss my chance to jump out.
すいませんにゃ。この耳はつけたままでいいですかにゃ。そっか。その耳はフェリスちゃんの相手ペイチーだもんね。
Her identity, huh?
すいません。聞こえないですかにゃ。どこか行っちゃったのかにゃ。すいません。
They didn't change at all. All of a sudden, the curtain separating the area opens up, leaving the two girls stunned. Before them stands a thin, fragile-looking man with sparkling eyes. Panicked, Ferris immediately covers herself with her clothes and screams.
ちょっとこっち来ないでほしいにゃ変態。マユシ、エッチなのはいけないと思います。
勘違いするな。そんなつもりで来たんじゃない。バスジャックに来たんだ。
Ferris finally notices the object in the man's hand. He's holding a large knife that's about 30 centimeters long.
君たちには人質になってもらう。
Why are you taking the bus,
ふ
bro?
ざけないでほしいにゃ。なんでそんな。
騒ぐな。これが見えないのか。
The man raises the knife up and moves closer to the girls.
これは天罰なんだ。ライネットアクセスバトラーズは最高のゲームじゃないか。読み合いとブラフと勇気が勝敗を分ける大人の競技だ。なんでわざわざお子様向けのゲームを作る必要がある。ドットだって荒くてせっかく可愛いキラリちゃんが台無しだ。それにすでにフラゲ班からの報告も上がってるんだ。未来編でキラリちゃんがお母さんになってる。ふざけるな。キラリちゃんが男と付き合うとか、そんな展開許せるか。
Man, people are fucking insane.
でもマユシーはキラリさんにいつかは恋をしたいんじゃないかなと思います。それでフェイリスたちを人質にとってどうするつもりな。
僕たちはゲームの発売中止を求める。
そんな、せっかくみんな楽しみにしてるのに。
クソゲーは世の中に出ない方が世間のためなんだよ。
ふざけるにゃ。
Ferris raises her voice.
あなたはファン失格にゃ。どんなゲームだって作り手の気持ちが詰まってるのにゃ。世の中に出ない方がいいゲームなんてないんだにゃ。あなたがゲームを嫌いになるのは構わないにゃ。でもそれをみんなに押し付けないでほしいにゃ。
うるさい。
And with just one slash of the knife, one of the nearby monitor cables is cut in half.
引き分けのない人質だな。僕が直々にお仕置きをしてやる。
謝っちゃダメだよ。やめるにゃ。来ないで。
どうした。さっきまでの勢いはどこに行ったんだ。今さら泣き叫んでも誰も助けは。
The hero of the show arrives.
この声は。
と
I gallantly burst forth from the cardboard box. This is exactly why I had snuck on board.
なんだお前は。
俺か。俺の名前は
Jesus Christ. Summoned by the heavens.
死が呼ぶアンデスが呼ぶ秋葉が生んだ謎のヒーロー アルパカマン参上
This is beautifully ridiculous.
うわー、本物のアルパカマンだ。いや、どう考えてもあの声はキョウマン。まさかキョウマン、悪の秘密組織に改造手術を受けたのかにゃ。
私の名はフォーインキョーマなどではない。秋葉が生んだ謎のヒーローアルパカマンだ。
でもアルパカマンはどうしてキョウマンの名字が法王院だと知っているのかにゃ。
それはもちろんアルパチからのおかげである。
アルパチから？父科学の湖底にビラコチャ神と共に沈んだと言われるあの特殊能力をキョウマンは手に入れたのにゃ。
だから今日まではないアルパカマンだ。
アルパカマン、ファイト
Mayuri's words bring me back to my senses. Exactly, I'm the Ancient of Justice who protects Akiba, Alpaca Man! If Mayuri had been taken hostage, then it's my responsibility, no, my mission to save her.
ということで待たせたな悪人。
As soon as I turn around, the villain's knife finds its way into my chest. Unsurprisingly, to everyone, Kyoan gets stabbed again. Red liquid splashes everywhere. What was the plan here, though? Like, what was it?
バカにしやがって。僕を無視するんじゃ。
どうやら勝負は決したようだな。
I grab the knife from my chest and throw it to the ground, laughing all the while. The red liquid from my chest had gotten into the hijacker's eyes, causing him to lose himself in pain. He falls onto the floor while grabbing at his face.
キョウマン、怪我は？
心配無用。アルパカスーツの下に対人ベストを着ている。しかも
I open up some of the fur on my costume and show her its insides.
あれ、何か袋があるの。
その通り。これがアルパカセブンギアの一つ。サルサカウンター。
It was salsa.
お猿さんがどうしたの？
サルではない。サルサカウンターは攻撃を受けた箇所から相手へと正確にサルサソースをお見舞いする必殺技だ。南米の太陽の恵みで生まれたハバネロ入り返り血を浴びてはひとたまりもあるまい。
Yeah, I almost feel bad for the hijacker now. The hijacker continues to cry out in pain as he crawls along the floor.
なにゃ、犯人が逃げちゃうにゃ。
構わん。
Let him flee.
でも
Sorry, I can't help but reread Hyoma's lines. They're just so great.
この変人め。覚えて。この音は。警察。
先に通報しておいたので。さあ、死の果てまでも逃げるがいい。
覚えてろ。
どうせそのまま30分後には捕まるのだな。
今日は
今日まではない。アル 怪我はない。
はいにゃん。スタインさんも運転席で気絶してるけど無事だよ。
それでは。
I turn to my Yuri, and through my mask I flash her a smile that only she can see.
もう二度と人質になるんじゃないぞ。
ありがとう。
泣き場が生んだ正義の味方アルパカマン、これにて撤収。
Beautiful. Beautifully done. Indeed.
というアルパカマンの活躍で見事秋葉原の平和が守られたというわけだ。
Of course, of course.
つまらん。なんだって？
正直興味ない。
貴様、その言い草はなんだ？今日の出来事を尋ねてきたのはそっちだろう。たかがゲーム、たかがプログラム、たかが操作線上に映る信号のくせにプレイヤーの神経を逆なでするとはいい度胸ではない。
息臭いぞ。
You're not gonna win, Rentaro. Let it go. I don't know how to answer my phone.
おう、参りか。バイトは終わったのだな。
Aha! Ferris? Kyoma, Ferris had a fateful encounter today in, Chilenia. A Pac-Man risked its life to save me. There's no mistaking it. He's the one of the Crusaders who helped seal away the 7, Archangels of Darkness in my past life. Let's see. Crusaders reply. I already sensed the omens. I fear that in the next few days, a grave incident will shake the underworld. Do you sense it as well? Send the bitch. Let's go. Get shooty as fuck. Fuck yeah. And then, put it down? Okay.
ペリスちゃんのキライちゃんコス大人気だったよ。
That doesn't surprise me.
ところでフェイリスはアルパカマンの正体に気づいてなかっただろうな。
もちろん。アルパカスーツの力はすごいんだよ。
When I decided to protect Akihabara as Alpaca Man, Iuri was the one who made this suit. I've never been good at delicate tasks like sewing.
オカリンはまた司令とお話中なの？
なあ、さっきまで誰がいたから話せなかったんだ。
The commander is this strange creature currently on the TV screen. He's the inspiration for Alpaca Man's name. In the past, I referred to him as a whole host of different names: Alpaca, Albaca, Pakal, Pacaman, Amakan, Lupin, the name goes on. Started calling him Commander Alpaca after I became Alpaca Man, ally of justice and protector of Akiba. Commander Alpaca is capable of receiving emails and calls from the future, allowing us to work together to prevent crimes before they happen. That's the backstory I came up with anyhow.
司令、今日もオカリンを守ってくれてありがとうね。ナムナム。
Eh, nani?
ワユリオ、なぜお前はツンデレ反応を引き出せるのだ？
I knew it. I knew you felt it too, Kyoma. It's a very strong omen. The 5-star barrier protecting Tokyo could break at any time, yeah? We need to send emergency notice to Yamabashi Shrine, yeah? Indeed.
しれっと心が通じてるんじゃないかな。
紙幣に心などあるものか。大体な、バスに忍び込めたのも、体にサルサカウンターを仕込めたのも、みんな未来の俺の記憶があったからだ。
あ、オカリン、アルパカスーツはどこかな。切り傷できちゃったからちゃんと縫い直さないとね。
こら、人の話を聞き。
マユシーは嬉しいのです。
Interesting choice of shoes. Huh. Mira grabs the alpaca suit out of my bag and presses her cheek to it.
オカリンはあんまりコスを着てくれなかったからアルパカスーツを着てくれると作った甲斐があるなーって。
I wonder if he wears the lab coat under it too.
アルパカマンが人質のマユシーを助けてくれるのでいつも待ち遠しいんだよ。
Ah, Lukako. Wait. Luka is already Lukako here? Okay. I feel like I saw you in town earlier, Kiyoma-san. Did you have some business with, Asaku Yashiba? No, that's not it. Asaku Sabashi. Or did you just confuse, or did I just confuse someone else for you? I'm curious. Choose someone else. Bizarre. The others are been mistaking people for me too. Is my doppelganger in town or something? I can hardly wait for the kidnappers again. So I'll pack a Mac and come save me. Oops. Wrong button. Oh. Really?
誰か別の悪人に捕らえられるなと言語道断。なぜならマユリはこの俺の人質なのだからな。
オカリンどうしたん？そんなマスクかぶって。
待って、誰
I quickly snatch off the mask on my face. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with this thing on me.
見たか？
何よ、オカリンの一人高笑いなんて見慣れてるっしょ。
おお、そうだったな。
それともまさかオカリンそのマスク。
Okay, Lukako, what you need? Is that like a dangerous curse or something? I'll try to purify you if I could, but I don't know if I know how. I'll ask Dad later.
獣として覚醒したのか。
Finally into furries. Oh, Daru. Daru, my man.
獣？
最近ニュースで話題だからっていきなりアルパカマンとか。しかも持ってるのは裁縫道具。突然気車なんて上級者向けすぐるだろ上皇。
Shaking my damn head.
何を言ってるのかさっぱりわからん。
ちなみに僕の推しケモはロリソックスバファローズのマスコットバファローベラちゃん。
Loli Sox Buffalo's mascot, Buffalo Belchan. Huh?
小学生ロボ牛という驚愕のフルスペックで薄い本が熱くなるな。
そんなキャラ知らんな。
With almost inhuman speed, Daru slips past me and sits on his pilot seat, his computer chair. He boots up his SSD-installed high-speed PC, racing his fingers across the keyboards with the friction of his mouse moving around the booby mouse pad nearly starts a fire. Let's just ignore the booby mouse pad bit.
オカリン、これがバファローベラタソだお。
To be honest, she's not that cute.
確かに可愛くはある。
いいよいいよそのポーズ。中の人なんていない。早く人間にならなくたっていいんだお。ベラタソハーハークンカクンカペロペロペロペロペロペロ。
Dario.
ディスプレイは舐めるな。
I guess since I managed to distract him, all's well that ends well. If he had questioned me about my alpaca mask, things could have gone south. Soon we received an email. Indeed, Shining Finger. Alpaca Man showed up in Akihabara again. This time, he caught a hijacker who popped up on a Rynet AB3D promo bus. Alpaca Man is amazing, but who could it be? If you know, promise to tell me. Moeka. Shining Finger, aka... hit the wrong button. Actually, how do I... Shining Finger, aka Kiri... is it really Kiryu? Moeka? That's her name? She's currently working on the editorial staff for a free magazine in Akihabara. I believe the editorial company's name is Arc Rewrite. Akihabara's savior and local hero, Alpaca Man, has been featured in the magazine multiple times. Basically, she's trying to find out who the man behind the mask is. That said, as long as I'm able to send D-mails and use the time leap machine, there's zero fear of anyone figuring out who I am. If I mess up, I can just go back and fix things. Mayuri's the only one who knows my secret. Speaking of Mayuri, where'd she go? Why'd she just leave me with the alpaca suit like this? Dun dun dun! No, it's the next day, huh? The harsh sunlight of the middle of summer has already warmed the air around me. It's hot. Way too hot. And what's with this humidity? Unpleasant at best. Still, a bit drowsy, I make my way downstairs and hear tiny footsteps approaching me. Yes. Nay.
おはよう小動物。
こら岡部遅いぞ。
何をするのだミスター・ブラウン。
何を偉そうに。もうとっくに家を出てるはずの時間じゃねえか。
こちらにも都合がある。俺は遅れないようわざわざラボに泊まったのだぞ。
はあ、そういうごたくは家賃払ってから言いやがれ。あ？なんだ文句でも。
お父さん、もう時間が。
ああ、前悪い。そうだった。時間がないのにごめんな。
Part-time warrior. Whose call sign was that? Oh! It's, blah 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 sa ta ta. So, what was her name? Starts with an S, right? Suzuha? Yeah, Suzuha! Oh my god, it's been so long, sorry. There's still a whole day till I get paid. I haven't eaten anything decent. Working multiple jobs is rough. With a day of the decisive battle so close, I can't afford to collapse. Can I have some cup noodles from the lab? Spending all your money so quickly is a fool's errand. The miso ultra cup is mine, so you better leave that one. Of course, it'll be nice to Suzuha.
さあ、どうしても外せない用事がなきゃ俺がちゃんとついてってやれたのにな。岡部いいか？苗を泣かせるようなことがあったらただじゃおかねえぞ。最初から最後までちゃんと面倒見ろよ。
Are we taking
そ
May
の代わ
somewhere?
り守備力物を手に入れられたら約束通り今月の家賃割り引いてもらいますからね。
分かってるってな。ほらさっさと行きやがれ。苗も気をつけて行ってくるんだぞ。
That's how I ended up accompanying Nay on her little shopping trip, all in the name of reducing our lab's rent. Whoa. Receiving mail. I really wanted to eat the miso one, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. Now that I've got some calories on lock, I should get sleep until work. Got some time before I gotta go in. Get sleep. Wait, you're going to sleep again? Calories on lock. What, if you're that hungry, want me to treat you to something? Gotta go in. What? You have to work at the Braun Tube shop today? We can treat her to something. Wah. A huge line stretches out in front of Yodobashi Camera. Rynet AB3D, the latest cultural phenomenon. I know it's supposed to be popular and all, but I figured getting here at this hour early would be a pretty safe bet.
ねえ、最後尾はあっちだって。本当に買えるかな。
何を戸惑う小動物。お前が
でもすごい人数だよ。
この程度の行列一体どんな困難が待ち受けようと俺が必ずゲームを手に入れてやろうではないか。
心配。
侮る。俺は約束を守る男だ。お前を泣かせるようなことは絶対にさせん。
The tiny creature looks up at me with doubtful eyes. She doesn't believe me in the least. If you're offering, I'll happily accept. And then we just never talk about it again. I have both D-mails and the ability to travel through time. I can simply redo things if I'm unable to acquire the game or in this timeline. World line.
あ、今。
Hmm? His words snap me back to reality. A single man just cut in front of us in line.
ちょっと待て。
Who's this loser?
貴様割り込むんじゃない。
俺は呼ばれたんだ。
呼ばれた？
てめえには聞こえないのか、このささやきが。ガイアは言っている。ここに並ぶ運命だ。
幻聴だろ。ふざけてるのか。
このふざけた街のふざけた時代で生きていけるのはタフボーイだけだ。Do you タフボーイ？
ああいうじゃないのか。
言葉はライブだぜ。俺の本場仕込みのブレイキーな英語についてこれるか？ブローク。俺の名はシド。摂氏4度のシドだ。それは水の密度が最も高くなる温度。
The bizarre man, known as 4C, then begins to try and pretend as though he hadn't bungled his English grammar. But quite frankly, I have no interest in what he has to say.
おかえりおじさん。この人。
The tiny creature hides behind me, gripping my lab coat's hem. Needless to say, I don't intend to stay quiet.
さあ後ろに並び直してもらおうか。
我が身を顧みねえ井の中の河津ボーイだな。てめえには世界ってものを教えてやるぜ。
世界？
おいみんな。
おう。
Jesus Christ.
どうしたシド？トラブルか？
Hey, part-time warrior, how would you show up and help me out here, huh? You want food, right?
ああ今日はとびっきりの役日だぜ。
From behind Forces appears a group of men dressed much like him. By which I mean to say they all look extremely out of place. There's no doubt about it, they're his pals. There are seriously multiple dudes like this guy. For real.
どうもこの白衣の男、俺がこの行列に割り込んだと言いたいらしい。俺はトイレに行ってただけだよな、みんな。
おお、そうだ。ついでに買い物も頼んでな。
そういうことだ。
Horsey passes plastic bags to the two men. With smirks on their faces, they reach in the bags and pull out some chow-down chicken.
こいつはやべえ。見てるだけで唾液がノンストップだ。
ということで、俺はここに並ぶ権利があるのさ。分かったか、カ
いいじゃあり。トイレを借りるだけもわざわざ論争に行く必要などあるまい。
Horsey had brought chow-down chicken, which is only available at a very specific convenience store chain. Mayuri occasionally buys some, but Alonso's are surprisingly rare in Akiba. One would have to head out pretty far from the station to find a location.
貴様は家からやってくる途中コンビニに寄っただけ。列には並んでいなかったのだろう。
だと命知らずの河津ボーイ、俺がライアーライアーだっていうのか？あ？
Yes.
無論不正を見逃すつもりはない。
どうやら
Horsey snaps his fingers and takes a step forward. The people around him move back.
言葉では通じ合えねえようだな。
シド、やるのか？でもこんな街中で。
関係ねえよ。俺が踊るならどこでもそこが極上のステージだ。
Is this gonna be something really cringe?
ほら来いよ。
Oh
ス
my
ポ
god.
ットライトの主役になりたいならな。
Is he gonna start breakdancing? In response to Horsey's baiting, I step forward.
おかりおじさん、ダメ。
大丈夫。絶対に負ける。なぜなら俺は正義の味方だから。
正義の味方？
May tilts her head in confusion. I gently move her behind me and take a stand.
サンドとやら貴様の挑戦受けてやろうではないか。
サンドじゃねえ、シドだよ。
And Okabe gets his shit kicked in, of course, as it happens. 10 minutes later...
おかりおじさん、大丈夫？
ああ、全然大丈夫。
I somehow managed to hold my body up by leaning against the wall. Horsey was clearly used to these sorts of battles, whereas I had to face him as my normal self. But even if I did transform, Alpaca Man isn't some superhuman. The alpaca suit is just a cosplay outfit that my Yuri made for me. It's not like it gives me any buffs. Ferris? Kiyoma, this is bad, nya. Their miasma is already approaching on Nakano. If this keeps up, the entire town will be absorbed by the realm of rot. I don't know if this mission, this afternoon's mission will be possible. PR for Rynet AB3D? Yeah? Must be tough in this heat. But you know what? All this good karma you're building up is probably cleansing your body of the sins of your past life or something. We'll go with that one. Alpaca Man's singular weakness is that he can't do anything if he doesn't know the future. By traveling into the future and gaining the necessary knowledge, Alpaca Man is able to cover for his physical weakness through bravery and foresight. That's why he's able to operate as a hero. In other words, Alpaca Man is totally powerless without knowledge of the future. Future.
弱いのに無理するから。
小動物よ。お前は本当の強さとは何かを知らないのだな。本当の強さとはすなわちくじけない心だ。
くじけない？
腕力ではない。内に秘めた信念の強さだけが未来を切り開くのだ。
It hurts to laugh.
それじゃあおかりんおじさん、くじけないで並んでたらまだ買える？
そうだな。
Due to our battle, the two of us ended up leaving the line. Since we had to go to the back, I'm honestly not entirely confident we'll be able to get the game. First doesn't do missions for money, meow. My true mission is to spread Rynet throughout the world by telling everyone how adorable Kairi-chan is. Even 4C seemed concerned last I saw him.
Huh?
Taking another look at the line stretching out before us, I noticed something odd. While it's true that Rynet is popular across the demographic, there's no doubt that the target audience is young people, especially in the case of the new portable game, Rynet AB3D. Hell, most of the people around us are children. But about half of the people in line, particularly the ones up front, are adults. And they don't look like the sorts who usually play games. It's entirely possible that people like 4C are trying to gain some measure of fame by becoming Rynet AB players.
いや、違うな。
If they owned a handheld console, they'd be playing it right now to kill time. But most of them aren't. Something about this is weird.
What?
I spot a man walking next to the people in line. He's handing them cash. But why?
おかりんおじさん、列進んだよ。
Oh, I see. They're paying people to stand in line to get them stuff. Is that right? I heard about that. There's like professional line holders. Showered in resentful glares, AC 4C proudly holds up the last copy of the game in his hands, laughing all the while.
品切れ間近の行列に並び続ける覚悟はあるか？
何が並び続けるだ。途中で割り込んできたくせに。
やっぱり買えなかったの？
泣くな泣くな。大丈夫だから。
大丈夫じゃ。
I bet Ferris has a copy.
だって朝からずっと並んでたのに、くじけないで並び直したのに。
He's not wrong. At this rate, we're going to be nothing but alive. And one can even argue that this is my fault for oversleeping. I want to do something for her, I really do. These tears are infectious, leading the children around her to start choking up too. Their respective guardians try to comfort them to no avail. I unconsciously take out my cell phone. If I send a D-mail or jump through time, I can probably change things. But should I really be changing history for something like this? Shouldn't I only be using the time machine for bigger things? I feel like I've made this mistake before, like I've done something irreparable. Something irreparable? What? Oh no.
おじ
Where? Where's Kurisu? Where's Maki Sekurisu? Where is she at? Oh no. She's alive, right? She's here? We just haven't seen her, right? No, come on. She's gotta be here, right? Right? I snapped back to my senses and looked down to see the tiny creature looking up at me, eyes filled with tears. Damn it, I can't take this. I'm gonna send a email.
ブーツは手に入ったか。よーし、今すぐ取りに行く。はあ？お前は何を言っている？故郷に帰って息子の顔を見るんだろう。30分だ。それだけ耐えれば、あとは任せてくれていい。お前はブーツをシュタインズゲートの導きがあらんことを。ヘル、フサイ、レカングルー。
おかりん、おじさん。
朗報だ。とある筋からゲームが手に入るという情報を得た。
本当に？
お前は一足先にブラウン管工房で待つがいい。
でも私も一緒に。
さらばだ小動物。車に気をつけるのだぞ。
おかりんおじさん。
If she were to come with me, she'd find out I was bluffing. Immediately dash into the city in the hopes of putting some distance between us. This is Electric Town, Akihabara. If Yodobashi camera was no good, then there's gotta be somewhere around here that still has a copy.
そんな風に考えていた時期が僕にもありました。
誰？茶化すんじゃない。
あんまり大きい声出すと下に聞こえるよ。
Despite my best attempts to find Rynet AB3D, I had no luck. I don't know how I'm going to look Nay in the eyes.
頼むスーパーハカー。俺にはもうお前しか頼るやつがいないんだ。
スーパーハッカー。
Dar continues to browse different sites as he corrects me, clearly annoyed. With incredible speed, he utilizes the shortcuts combined with his pro mouse skills to look through a number of tabs.
しかし、さすがに人気すぎ。物売る。
ネットでも見つからないのか。
量販店では軒並み売り切れ。ちっちゃなショップも全滅っぽい。アットちゃんは阿鼻教官だお。
タブオクは？
ほい。これあと10分で落札期限。
ほう、しかも定価の半額とは素晴らしいではないか。
おかりん本当にいいの？よく見た方がいいと思うけど。
よく見るって。
Lean forward and take a good look at the Tabak window.
桁が一つ多い。
正解。
バカだ。これは組織の陰謀か。
当たらずとも遠からず、いわゆる転売ヤーだね。
転売屋？
Yep.
そう、品薄になりそうなものを仕入れてタブオクで高く売る。そのためにわざわざ人を雇って並ばせたりするんだお。
Ah, the people who were being held money makes sense now.
おかりも見たことあるっしょ。バイラルアタックとか言ったっけ。あのドキュン軍団もこき使われてるって話。
まさか。
I retraced my memories of this morning back to 4C cutting in line. He wasn't there because he wanted to play the latest Rynet. He was there to... No, it wasn't just him. Most of the people in the front of the line weren't the types to play games. And there was that guy handing the money, too. Were they all hired by a scalper?
許せん。そもそも相手は子供だろ。タブオクなんかに足しても商売にはならんだろうに。
情弱オツ。ライネット AB3D にお金を出すのは本人じゃないっしょ。じいちゃんやばあちゃんが欲しいってねだられたらどうする？
Yep.
かわいい孫のお願いだし、ちょっとくらい高くったって糸目はつけないんだなこれが。
しかしそんな取引信頼できるか。
一概にもそうは言えないっつうか。ほらこの取引履歴。
Dara pulls up the scalper's profile. Take a quick look.
意外と評価いいんだな。
取引相手に下手にこねられるのが一番めんどいっしょ。だから転売ヤーも相手を騙したりせずにスムーズな取引に全力を尽くす。そもそも買い手だってその値段で納得してるからこそ取引が成立するわけ。需要と供給のバランスが価格を決めるのは資本主義の大原則。特定の場所に行けないっていう地域格差を是正している面もあるし、悪と決めつけるのは早計と言わざるを得ない。
I mean, you can. Everything can be bought online nowadays. It's not like I don't get what Daru's saying. It's just capitalism sucks. There's something I still don't get about all this.
俺はやはりもし買い手がもっと安く商品を変えていれば他のゲームにお金を回すことができた。一方売り手ももっと安く商品が売れればさらに多く販売できたかもしれん。間に転売屋が入ることでその両者は立派な損害を被っているではないか。
まあそういう考え方もあるかな。
The reason I was unable to buy the game for Nay was because of people like 4C hired by scalpers. All I can see in my head are the faces of kids like Nay who couldn't get the game they wanted. The idea of adults buying up kids' games just for their own profit is too cruel. Those motherfuckers. Let's take them out!
転売屋許すまじ。
Let's return. Back to the past! I feel the flames of justice beginning to burn. So let's send that D-mail, Okabe! With Daru having left the lab, I turn to the commander.
アルパカ司令よ。俺は正義のために過去へと向かう。なんで俺が真面目に正義を遂行しているというのに貴様はもっと真面目に話を聞け。
聞かなくてもわかるさ。俺とお前はジキルとハイド。同じコインの裏表のような存在なのさ。
裏表？
The commander's algorithms are pretty unique, resulting in moments like this where he says something entirely incomprehensible. Lost in thought, I'm surprised to hear a voice from behind me. It's my Yuri!
そのマスクをかぶってるってことは行っちゃうのかな。
The Oban holiday starts the day after tomorrow, so I'd like to prepare some items beforehand. Do you know what my Yuri-chan likes? I know she likes juicy chicken #1 and bananas, but is that really enough? What do you mean beforehand? I don't recall having made any plans for the day after tomorrow. Juicy chicken #1. My favorite food is juicy chicken #1. She always is buying it up at the supermarkets. Banana. My love bananas. She's always buying some at the supermarket. Yeah, she buys the bananas for the time machine though. She does love the juicy chicken #1.
Ah, 正義のためにな。
そっか。正義の味方は大変だ。
Miura is the only one who knows that I'm Pac-Man, working to protect Akihabara from those that would harm it. She understands me, and that alone keeps me going. The only reason I'm able to keep going is because she's there for me.
それじゃあオカリン、昨日のマユシーにもよろしくね。
あ。
I nodded the smiling Mayuri and gently take off my mask. I set the time and date on the X68000. Return to the past. Headgear on. It's time to become Alpaca Man! A few hours earlier. Dun 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 dun.
くそ、 どうしても外せない用事がなきゃ岡部いいか。苗を泣かせるようなことがあったらただじゃおかねえぞ。最初から岡部っておい聞いてんのか。電話なんてしてる場合じゃ。
I removed the cell phone from my ear and grinned. My head's still spinning, but it looks like the time leap was successful.
俺がここに舞い戻ったからにはもう悪の思い通りにはさせん。
おい岡部、熱で頭やられたか。
行くぞ小動物。
Then nods with uncertainty as I take her by the hand and head towards Yodobashi Camera.
本当に買えるかな。
Part-time warrior. Cup noodles. Yeah, go ahead and eat the cup noodles. Same thing as last time. We're not going to change the timeline too much. As per the usual, there's a glint of folks, or a giant line of folks, waiting. Directly in front of us are 4C's lackeys.
少し席を外すぞ。
どこに？
トイレだ。すぐ戻るから待ってろ。
オカリンおじさん、一番近いトイレはあっち。
I ignored his words and distanced myself from the queue. Akibara is my home turf. I've already scoped out inconspicuous spots I can use to transform into Alpaca Man. Compared to other areas, this place has exceptionally low foot traffic. If I make sure to hide myself properly, I can transform into Alpaca Man no problem. I grab the mask hidden in my lab coat and... Dun 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 dun!
オカリン、買ってきたよ。
その名前で呼ぶな。今の俺は岡部倫太郎ではない。
Hold on. No. Something's not right. Wait. Hey. We've only seen Mayuri when we've had the Alpaca Man mask on, right? Wait. Hold on. Did Ferris even, like, say anything to Mayuri? When she was in the... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no! What? No way. There's no way Mayuri does not exist in this timeline. And we're, like, hallucinating and being Alpaca Man because she's dead. Wait. But if Mayuri's dead, that means that Makisa Kurisu has to be alive, right? Because that's what the trade-off was, right? If Kurisu survives, Mayuri dies. And if Mayuri dies, Kurisu lives, right? Oh no. Oh no, what is going on?
天が呼ぶ、地が呼ぶ、アンデスが呼ぶ。秋葉が生んだ謎のヒーロー、アルパカマンなのだ。
Yeah, we got the spiel. I don't get why she's so thrilled every time I do this. In any event, she hands me the Alonso convenience store bag.
そんなアルパカマンにお供えだよ。
でかしたマユリ。
I remove the syringe I prepared ahead of time from my pocket. Inside is a liquid red enough to be mistaken for blood.
あとはこのアルパカセブンギア、サルサドラスティックを使ってあのシドとやらを成敗してくれよ。
He's just injecting with habanero.
おいみんな。
おうシド、今日も最高に打天使だな。ああ、地上の打天使だ。
溢れ出るオーラは隠しきれねえぜ。ああ、ジョーちゃん。悪いがもう10年経ってから出直し。
どうして？
おい、今俺が子供だからって調子に乗ってるのか。よし、俺がいいことを教えてやる。タイガーはバニーを狩るにも全力を尽くす。
Is this guy gonna beat up a fucking kid? What a piece of shit! He approaches Nay, childishly bullying her. His two lackeys, let's call them 5C and 6C, trail close behind.
どうした可愛いバニーちゃん。謝らなきゃならねえことがあるんじゃないか。
いや、
ああ？ああ？
Right as Nay is about to let the waterworks begin,
泣くな小動物よ。
なんだ？
'tis I, Alpaca Man! Everyone in line turns their attention towards me, and in response, I leap down from atop the stairs.
せよ。
A perfect landing. My earnest hero training has finally been rewarded. I managed to pull off the jump and land from the second floor. I'm so glad I put that time into practicing.
なんだてめえは。
俺か。俺の名前は天眼。
We don't need to watch this again, please.
アンデスが呼ぶ。秋葉が生んだ謎のヒーロー。アルパカマン。
アルパカマン、本当にいたんだ。
The ally of justice and protector of peace, Alpaca Man. There isn't anyone in the area who isn't familiar with the local hero of Akihabara. Hey, Blackjack.
行列に割り込んだ挙句、それがバレたら年派もいかない小動物を脅すとは。
Thank
今
you.
度どうだ。
Thank you for the resub, Blackjack, and welcome to the insanity that is Steins Gate, linear bound Phenogram. Yeah, don't try to understand what the hell's happening right now. Oh boy. Not only did you cut a line, but how dare you intimidate a young child who had the guts to call you out? Inexcusable!
このアルパカマンが成敗してくれる。
面白いじゃねえか。アルパカマンに小動物バニーに秋葉に舞い降りた闇の大河。てめえには食物連鎖ってものを教えてやるよ。
貴様こそおとなしく動物園に戻るんだな。悪党よ。
ぬーい。
ずりゃ
10 minutes later.
あ、やっと来た。オカリンおじさん遅い。こっちは大変だったの。
小動物よ。無事だったか。
どうしたの？大丈夫？顔が腫れてる。
ああ、そこで転んでしまってな。大したことはない。
I think we went with mission before. Let's go with the realm of rot, maybe? First Ikebukuro and now Nagano is engulfed in decay. Why did it have to be this way? Indeed.
それより何かあったのか。
うん、あのね、さっきここにアルパカマンが来たんだよ。
ほう。アルパカマンってあの？
そう、変な仮面の変なヒーロー。
Ouch.
それで前の人たちと戦ってやっつけられたの。正義の味方なのに弱くてびっくりしちゃった。
小動物よ。お前は本当の強さとは何かを知らないのだな。本当の強さとはすなわちくじけない心だ。
くじけない。
We lost because we underestimated the fertility of Fujoshi's delusions. Given Nakano's current condition, I imagine that in about 10 years, people using the rotten vocabulary of their kind will appear all over. Yeah. No, she's not a robot.
まあ、いずれわかるさ。
The line moves exactly how I remember. That's just how everyone's eyes looks in this game. I had lost to 4C on purpose. The primary goal was to draw their attention to Alpaca Man. So if the line is moving now, then...
おい、俺ちょっとトイレに。
待った、俺も。俺だって突然。
なんか悪いものでも食ったか。おい、そこの白衣、俺たちの場所を取って。
なぜ俺がそんなことを？
バカめ、てめえにはこのガイアのささやきが聞こえん。ああ、くそ。とにかく頼んだぞ。
Did he put laxatives in their chicken? 4 through 6C run off to the bathroom. Hands over their stomachs.
お腹痛くなっちゃったのか
さあ、ところで食べるか？
な。唐揚げあげくん。
ちょっと冷めちゃったけどな。
Indeed, the reason I so dramatically engaged them in combat was to swap out the juicy chicken they were eating with ones injected with drastic salsa, a laxative, one of Alpaca Man's 7 gears. By using drastic salsa, a laxative, blessed by the Andes themselves, I'm capable of forcing my enemies to have a sudden bowel movement, whenever and wherever I choose. Conflict only leads to hatred, which is why it's not necessary to win in direct combat. Considering my ability to see into the future, roundabout solutions like this work out just fine.
ただいま。
おお、よく帰ったな。
The tiny creature happily skips into the shop, and Mr. Braun glances at me with a terrifying smile.
ゲーム変えたか？
うん、変えたよ。
よしよし、よかったな。
おかりんおじさん、ありがとう。
ああ、これで約束は果たしたぞ。
約束？
ああ、いや、なんでもない。
They just remember the promise that we made before the time leap. The life of a hero is always one of solitude. Still, as long as I can see those two around me smile, that's reward enough. Right, Mayuri?
岡部、ほらよ。
え？これ？
Mr. Braun hands me a 5,000 yen note.
人気で売り切れ続出らしいじゃねえか。バイトのボーナスだよ。
もしもし、俺だ。俺は罠に陥れられつつあるようだ。そうだな。個別にいらずんだ孤児を見ず、幸運を祈ってくれ。エル、ブサイ、カンガラウ。
てめえ。 人の行為はきちんと受け取れ。
わかった。ありがたく受け取ります。
This incidental income was unexpected. I'll have to use this for some good old-fashioned merrymaking.
じゃ、俺は次の仕事があるから、苗はちゃんと家に帰るんだぞ。
はーい。
ミスター・ブラウンはまた外出か？
ああ。 店にはそのうちバイトが来るはずだ。
I suppose he's still not done with whatever he was taking care of today. This is pretty rare for Mr. Braun. Normally, he has all the free time in the world.
というわけで、
臨時収入きたこれとなればすなわち豪遊か。
Lukako. Game on holiday starts tomorrow. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. if she likes juicy chicken. Send that out.
散歩か。行く。
Daru nods.
行こう。
行こう。
And with that, that was that.
岡部倫太郎、それに橋田至も。
Suzuha!
おお、バイト戦士。
むは。今日もスパッツ美味しいです。
これって食べられるの？
食べられるわけあるか。てか、腹減ってるのか。
そんなこと。
Suzuha laughs in an attempt to distract. Recently, she's been putting hours in at places other than the Braun Tube workshop, saving up cash like she's been possessed or something. From what she told me, she wants to repair something and needs the money to buy parts. I don't know much more than that. Wait. Does Okabe not know about the time machine yet? Suzuha also told me that things would go much smoother and cheaper if a certain knowledgeable person lent her a helping hand, but despite being a lab member, Suzuha refuses to talk about it any further. Maybe I should try and reach out to her?
たまには一緒に散歩でも行くか。おごるぞ。
おごるって本当に？
オカリン、ブラウン店長の手伝いをして臨時収入が入ったから気が大きくなってるってわけ。
どうだ？どうせ店は暇だろ。
She's working, bro.
忙しくはないんだけど、店長がいないのに店を開けるのはやっぱりちょっと。
The part-time warrior is as serious a worker as I originally thought.
気持ちだけありがたくもらっておくよ。
お、そうか。それじゃまた次の機会に。お？この声は。
食い逃げ、捕まえてください。
Speak of the devil, it's a Sanpo employee.
実況チャンス来たこれ。
Daru whips out his cell phone and immediately begins typing.
たかが食い逃げで祭り好きなやつめ。
ん？あれって確かバイラルアタッカーズの。
金だ。秋葉をかける疾風になるんだ。
風
4から6度。
なんぞそれ。って天音市
Part-time warrior, who had been watching the store, suddenly bolts outside and leaps onto her bicycle.
人の食べ物を盗んだら死刑。それが鉄則なんだから。
どんなディストピアだよ。てかオカリン、追いかける？
バイト選手なら安心だろう。シドたちもヘロヘロだったし。
Quite literally. A Pac-Man, defender of justice, isn't needed here. Plus, I don't have a clue how this turns out.
それじゃ散歩に行こっか。
ああ、そうだな。
Not gonna watch the shop? Make sure no one fucks it up while Suzuha's not there?
散歩は癒し。秋葉の両親だお。
意義なし。
Yeah, it is. By the time we got back to the lab, it's already dark. I'm about to head upstairs, all the while fending off the drowsiness of a full stomach when Mr. Braun pops out from his shop.
おう岡部、バイト見なかったか？
おう。
As she still not come back after chasing after 4C.
そういえば見たような見なかったような。
たく、あいつ店ほっぽってどこ行ってんだか。もし連絡があったら教えてくれ。
あ、わかった。
Just as I'm about to nod, I receive a message from Shining Finger. Suzuha has showed up on the Metro News. Moeka. Uh-oh. Oop.
オカリンどうしたん？
This is not good. Either she's dead or she captured them.
テレビだ。
I immediately turn on the large TV in front of me. Metro News just happens to be on when I adjust the DT TV. The text on the screen shows robbery in Akihabara shopping center.
シド。
Upon seeing the criminal's mugshot, I unconsciously shout out loud.
犯人は住所不定無職の男性で食べる金がなくてやった。スタンガンは秋葉原で盗んだものだが人質を傷つける気はなかったなどと供述しており。
The text then changes to viewer submitted. The photo on screen was likely taken by some passerby, has part-time warrior in it. She's facing off against 4C, who has a stun gun pointed at.
ルカシー、そんな。
The instant I see Lukako, I immediately dash out of the lab.
ルカ子。
オカじゃなかった。京馬さん。
怪我は大丈夫か？
はい。病院で検査は受けましたけど、怪我なんてほどじゃありませんでしたし。
You can tell Lukako is exhausted. In an attempt to not stress him out any more than necessary, I try to ask him about the incident in as simple terms as possible. Okay, it's not Lukako, it's Luca. He just has it in the phone. Right. So he is not a she yet. Man, time travel really fucks with your mind when you don't know what's going on, right? Lukako had come to Akihabara to do some shopping. As he was walking along the street, he came into contact with 4C and his goons being chased by Suzuha. That's when they took him hostage. They hit Lukako with a stun gun and knocked him unconscious. 4C and his lot were apprehended by the cops thanks to Suzuha's efforts, but...
これから事情聴取に行かなきゃならなくて、だからさみだれの素振りはできない。
ルカ子、すまん。俺のせいでこんなことに。
なんで謝るんですか？岡部さんは何も悪くないですよ。
俺がもう少ししっかりしていれば、こんなことには。
I'm sure Lukako has no clue what I'm talking about. But as the hero protecting Akihabara, I have a responsibility to uphold.
次は絶対俺がお前を守る。いいな。
はい。
Lukako flashes me a happy smile. But he's fine. After returning to the Braun tube shop, I find Suzuha waiting out front with a tired expression on her face.
岡部倫太郎。
ああ、帰ってたのか。
うん。警官を巻くのに苦労したよ。
Why'd she run from the cops? I totally forgot about Suzuha's abnormal distaste for the police.
漆原ルカはどうだった？
心配するな。ピンピンしてた。
そう。よかった。
It was way past her work hours. She must have been waiting here to ask me about Lukako.
よりによって仲間に怪我させちゃうなんて。私、戦士失格だ。
それを言うなら、俺も正義の味方失格だ。鈴葉、シドはスタンガンを持ってたんだよな。
うん、かなりでっかいやつ。まさか本当に使うなんて。
気にするな。次は使わせない。
次は？
Suzuha gives me a confused look as I walk up to the second floor. Wait, hold up. So we put the mask back on and we see Mayuri, but also, hold up. Lukako asked about Mayuri, which means she's not dead or disappeared or something, but we can only see her when we have the mask on for some reason? I'm a little confused.
Mayuri, ただい。
や の格好だね。
あ、
I'm sure Mayuri's already seen the news. She's the only one who understands what I'm trying to do.
指令ももう準備できてるよ。
お、
I turned to talk to Commander Alpaca, who Mayuri was playing with up until now.
アルパカ司令よ。俺は決めたんだ。正義のために再び過去へと向かうことを。
正義
Surprisingly, Commander Alpaca's voice recognition function responds properly.
お前は知っているか。正義が輝くためには悪が必要だということ。
そんなバカな。
It makes it sound like I'm eagerly waiting for evil to rear its ugly head out from the shadows. Am I really that terrible of a person?
相変わらず腹立たしいやつめ。
I'm not going to let some dumb AI mislead me. Huh. I set the target for the time leap and put my headgear on. And Pac-Man, hero of justice, once again travels back to the past. You know, he
なんじゃそれ。
could...
あまねし
Wait. Amanishi.
人の食べ物を盗んだら死刑。
Oh.
それが鉄則なんだか
How
ら。
about we go back further? You know what? I wonder, actually, thinking on it, since we told Lukako to go pick up that chicken, and he said he was on the way, what if we would have told him instead to get bananas or something else, right? Would he have not been in that position in the first place?
どんなディストピアだよ。オカリン追いかけるオカリンどうしたん？電話取ったと思ったら急に笑い出したり。
My exaggerated laughter is an attempt to shake off how sick I feel after leaping through time.
転売では飽き足らず、今度は食い逃げ。挙句の果てにラボ面を傷つけるなど許さん許さん。
傷つけるってどういうこと？でオカリンおますでにいないし。
I feel bad for Daru, but I can't transform to Alpaca Man unless I'm working solo. I rush to the center of Akihabara, and then I change into Alpaca Man.
駅までもうすぐ風を拾うな。
左足がつってる。足が
諦めるな。バイラルアタッカーズだろ。
シド、あと何メートル。
そこまでだよ。
追いつかれた。
Suzuha casually hops off her bike, having taken a back route to circle around them.
脱走者の追跡ルートをシミュレートしておいてよかった。
脱走者。
いざという時のために準備しておくんだ。裏切られて奴らに情報が渡るとまずいからね。
はっ。一人で政府とでも戦う気か？
私はね、世界を救うんだよ。
中二病だな。
And he's not Shunibyo? Like you're one to talk, exactly.
ということで、食い逃げ犯覚悟だよ。
はっ。女一人で何ができる？行くぞ！
At 4C's command, 5C and 6C leap towards Suzuha. And she just destroys the fuck out of him.
お、もう終わり？
And they're swiftly defeated.
そんなんじゃ一人前の選手とは呼べないね。
くそ、かくなる上は。
ダメだよ。
Wait, Mayuri? Lukako and Mayuri just happen to be passing by, and 4C attacks them. After grabbing Lukako's body from behind, he sticks a stun gun against his white neck. He's being held hostage. As if to show off his power, sparks fly from the stun gun.
こいつがアウトオブガン中か。俺の理性サイドブレーキはないんだぜ。
The part-time warrior bites her lip in disgust. But with two people now taken hostage, there's not much she can do. Two people? Isn't it just Lukako? Hey, real quick, again, the news didn't mention anything about my Yuri. It was just Lukako. But yet we see my Yuri. Let's see if anyone references her in this dialogue.
物分かりがいいじゃねえか。おい、みんな。
おう。さっきの借り返させてもらうぜ。
鈴葉さん、みんな乱暴はダメだよ。
The part-time warrior doesn't move a muscle. She never betray her friends. Lukako tries to flee from 4C in an attempt to stop Suzuha from getting beaten up, and in the process, 4C uses the stun gun on him, resulting in Lukako being knocked unconscious. That's what's supposed to happen, but I reject that future. A voice erupts from an unexpected direction. Everyone turns their attention to a photo booth in a side alley. The curtains fly open, and appearing from within is... Dun 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 dun! Alpaca Man! Skipping past the dialogue that we've seen twice before.
秋葉が生んだ謎のヒーロ
アルパカマンさん、やったー。
またてめえか。
4C's dumbfounded reaction exposes him as a true fool. Sorry, but I don't have time to waste on petty villains.
貴様などバンク演出で十分だ。くらえ。アルパカセブンギアの一つ。サルサー P38。
My moves are fluid like water thanks to my many repeated attempts over different time leaps. There's no way that 4C can react fast enough. In mere seconds, I managed to remove the salsa from my coat and pull the trigger. The salsa from P38 rains down upon 4C. His body is drenched in red liquid, almost as though he had spit up blood.
なんじゃこりゃ。
アンデスの恵みを知れ。特製
Super special salsa.
なめたまねすると人質が。
おっと、そのあたりでやめておいた方がいい。そのソースは電解質。そのまま使うと自爆するぞ。
The stun gun in his hands is covered in salsa. Try as he might, it's not easily removed. His weapon has been rendered useless.
アルパカマン、すごいよ。
He throws an useless stun gun aside.
てめえら覚えて。
おっと、どこに逃げる気かな。
Get him, Suzuha.
悪い指導。またやられちまった。
Of course she got you again.
いつの間に。
私の仲間に危害を加えようとするなんて。鈴葉さん、僕は大丈夫でしたし。
Nah, Luka. He's gonna get the shit kicked out of him.
ダメだよ。こういうのは体で覚えさせてあげないと。
Suzuha's as calm as can be, her tone akin to a dog trainer or something. And that calmness is exactly what's so terrifying.
さあ、お祈りは先に済ませたかな。
Snap his fucking neck! Do it! Fucking murder him! Ah, Suzuha's great. With a swoosh, Suzuha's leg swings around. Boom! Pathetic, 4C. Pathetic. Hopefully he'll learn from this experience and wash our hands of this lifestyle. But he won't. And so, the sun sets on another day as we head back to the Brontube workshop.
いやー、すごいんだよ、アルパカマン。
Indeed,
あれ
yeah.
は訓練された人間の動きだったね。まるで相手の次の動きが見えてるみたいだったよ。
そうかそうか、そりゃすごい。
いいなー、憧れちゃう。私もいつかアルパカマンになろうかな。
To be fair, if she was Alpaca Man, it would just make everything so much easier because she could just literally fight everyone off.
やめとけ。
Quit it.
あ、店長。
Punter Warrior's expression freezes instantly. Mr. Braun eyes are filled with a murderous intent, no doubt due to Suzuha's abandoning of her work.
ごめんなさい。店番してたら目の前に食い逃げが現れて。
食い逃げ？そいつはもしかしてあいつのことか？
Mr. Braun points inside the store. There's a TV on inside the Brontube workshop, weirdly enough, and on the screen is 4C.
犯人は住所不定無職の男で、食べる金がなくてやった。スタンガンは秋葉原で盗んだものだが、人質を傷。
そう、あいつ食い逃げするなんて。
そう言うなって。食べる金もないってんだから、よっぽど困ってたんだろう。
A tough spot. The report on TV continues, almost as if they are answering my question.
最近この犯人のようにネットカフェで寝泊まりする20代の貧困層の数が増えています。一部情報によりますと、犯人は転売屋に雇われて朝から行列に並ぶなどして日払いの仕事で生活費を稼いでいたという話もあり、
好きで盗みを働くやつなんていねえ。あいつだって社会の被害者なんだよ。
I mean, you say that, but he was a thief, so... He ran from Sanpo today because he didn't have money. And he didn't have money because I interfered with his job with the scalper. If he'd been able to earn the paycheck there, he wouldn't have had to commit the crime. Which makes me the reason he did all of this.
正義が輝くには悪が必要だ。
Commander Alpaca's right. As a hero of justice, I punished the villainous 4C. But was that something I actually had to do? With the timely machine, couldn't I have just prevented him from resorting to crime in the first place? Instead of trying to be a hero of justice, shouldn't I be trying to aim for a world that doesn't need one? A world where evil isn't born in the first place.
おかり。
It's time to find the scalper and take him out.
ああ、マユリか。
I didn't even notice her standing behind me.
また行くの？
ああ、
また正義の味方になりに行くんだね。
今度は悪い奴を助けるために行くんだ。
わかってる。やっぱりオカリンは優しいね。
Hearing her just lay it out like that is kind of embarrassing for me. I awkwardly ignore her comments and wave.
またな、マユリ。
I removed my alpaca mask and equipped the headgear. It's time to defeat the true evil. So, I just want to point out, once again, no one mentioned Mayuri at all as she was being quote-unquote held hostage. The summer light has yet to start warming the air. The lively chirps of sparrows in the early morning are like music to my ears.
あ、おかりんおじさん、おはようございます。すごく早いですね。
Ah, he actually did the smart thing and got up even earlier instead of just fucking sending the message back at the same time. Good job.
よし早速行くぞ
あ、はい。
岡部いいか苗を泣かせるようなことがあったら
約束する
I don't want to see Nick cry. That's why I started this series of time leaps to begin with. So step 1, get in early, get the game, send her home. Yeah. There's already a long line in front of Yodobashi camera. Logically thinking, most of them are part-time hired by the scalper.
最後尾はあっちだ行くぞ
本当に帰るかな。
俺たちは大丈夫だ
You've got mail. Cup of noodles. I am, but we're going to be the only ones who can. There aren't going to be enough for the kids lined up behind us. I refuse to accept this.
ないちょっとトイレ行ってくる
I leave Nate in line and rush towards the station.
頼むスーパーハッカー転売屋の情報を調べてくれ
だからスーパーハッカーだってのそもそもなんで僕
報酬はルカ子の使用済み旅だ
Why would he want those?
やらせていただきます
Belukako's a guy! Currently.
それでこそ変態
違うよ変態という名の紳士だよ
Of course. Before the time leap, I had Dara look up the address of the scalper. They're the true mastermind behind this. If I crush their organization, I can avoid the situation in which those children don't get a copy of the game. But in order to do that, I needed to obtain information on them.
でもそんな簡単にわかるのか
とりあえずタブオクで軽い質問メール送ってみたけどおレス来たさすがに定型文だと返答も早いよでヘッダーはお生 IP いただきましたすでに旅の匂いが漂ってきたお
Dara's only just started hacking, and yet the CPU is already clocked up. I don't know what he intends to do with Lukako's used socks, but as long as I get to keep time leaping, I won't have to find out. You poor super hacker.
よーしいい子だうまくいったらお家でキスしてやるからなそのままそのままビンゴ住所判明きたこれ
早いな
He is a super hacker, after all.
ウィザード級のハッカーを舐めてもらっては困るよ
さすが味噌汁童貞魔法を使えるなんて
違うっつーのまあ荷物のやり取りもあるしそんなに隠しても仕方ないんだと思われ
Valid point. They probably ship out goods from that location.
でどうする
Burn their house to the ground. Duh.
こういう組織って叩けば埃が出るのが普通っつうかセキュリティはザルだしメールボックスくらいはすぐに覗けるんじゃねちょっと探せばすぐヤバめな資料出てくると思うけど
Do it,
秋葉
Dar.
に救う悪の組織をこれ以上のさばらせてはおけんのだ
Yeah. So that was pre-time leap, right? All I'm exactly doing isn't something to brag about. Infiltration, illegal hacking. But in the name of justice, I've decided to get my own hands dirty. Radio Kaiken stands tall before my very eyes. This is where the scalper's warehouse is. Oh. Oh no! Are we about to find Kurisu?
何ですかジョブ秋葉が生んだ謎のヒーローアルパカマン参上
Why are you whispering? Put on my alpaca mask, quietly introduce myself and enter the building. It's already been years since the satellite fell from the sky. It's gone now, but the building's tenants are still being forced to suspend their business. That said, There's one office and warehouse still in use. The scalper must have gotten a hold of them. Yeah, I'll give you some food, girl. I like being nice to Suzuha. Apparently, they've been renting the warehouse since winter last year. I finally reached my target. Oh man, this hallway. Oh no. There's a numerical lock on the door. Thanks to Darloz's hacking, I already know the code. I unlock the door after inputting the correct sequence. I push it open and... I knew it. Inside the warehouse are stacks of games and doshin just waiting to be purchased at a high price. A quick glance reveals stacks of illegal copies of DVDs as well. When Daro hacked into their email, we found out that the scalpers were also selling illicit copies of software. If the contents of this warehouse were made public, there'd be no way for them to continue doing business. I quickly removed the item I'd prepared for this very moment.
Alpaca 7 gear. Salsado snake.
An improvised version of the future gadget number 4, Mode Snake. I take a breath to calm myself before flipping the switch on the Salsid Snake. Smoke gushes out, tripping the alarm in Radio Kaikan. The sprinklers begin to spray water from the ceiling, soaking the entire inventory of the warehouse. The police and fire department should be on their way, thinking there's some sort of fire. And when they do, they'll catch wind of the illegal DVDs. Silhouette comes running down the hallway in pursuit of Mayuri. She's on the verge of becoming a hostage again? And wait, isn't that the person who was handing out cash to folks in Yodobashi? Normally, this is where I'd use my alpaca power to fight, but I have no idea what the future has in store. Plus, if there's any chance of Mayuri being captured, I'm not sure what I can do here. I grabbed her hand and rushed down the hallway as fast as I could. The scalper tries to give chase, but... The man's engulfed in the smoke from Salsa Snake and can't move. The smoke contains irritants derived from salsa. Once it finds its way into your system, it's impossible to act normally. And unlike the Mode Snake, it's extremely difficult to remove the source. Wow, motherfucker just made a chemical weapon. Holy shit. There is no Mayuri. I rush down the stairs, grasping the hand of my hostage, Mayuri. Far, far away from the evil organization, we continue running further and further. We run as far as it takes. The front of the station is crowded with fire trucks, the curious onlookers as I walk alone. They really had to specify that walk alone part, didn't they? Having safely extracted Mayuri, my mission is complete. It's now the police's responsibility to punish the culprit in any questions. Don't worry, Nate, the line's about to get a lot shorter. I haven't fulfilled my mission as a Pac-Man, of course. I'm grinning. Nate freezes in reaction to the loud voice coming from behind us.
だから倉庫がやられて資金もやばそうだから今日の仕事は中止解散ってことで
中止で済むか俺たちは朝から並んでんだぞ
そうだそうだせめてバイト代をよこせ
scalper has made his way to the scene of the fire and is going around canceling purchases.
だからお前らが並んでも何の儲けも出せない。
そっちの都合なんてノープロブレムだ。なあみんな。
That's right, 4C. Beat the shit out of him. Take his money. I hear voices of approval ringing out from elsewhere in the line. And in the blink of an eye, the scalper is completely surrounded. He has no chance of winning. After spending some time arguing back and forth, he eventually pays them for the time they spent in line, and they leave the area.
わかしてこんなのどう説明しちゃいいんだ。
Get
うわ
lost.
危険締めなのにこれじゃリーダーが。
Leader, huh? The scalper mutters to himself as he passes by. Part of me pities him, but he brought this upon himself.
おかえりおじさん。今の人。
ああ、あいつは悪者だからな。天罰が下るべくして下ったのだ。
ううん。そうじゃなくて、あの人、どこかで見た気がするの。
Huh? There's a hint of anxiety in Nay's voice. We arrive back at the Braun Tube shop, Rynet AB3D in hand. Ferris. Can't this is bad for my asthma. Wait, I can't reply to this one? Huh? Okay then.
ただいまー。お父さん、ただいまー。あれ？
Huh?
いない？
In the previous world line, he was in such a great mood after he got back that he even gave me a bonus. Maybe our timing's a little off. Or
お父さん、私を置いてどこか行ったの？
大丈夫だって。きっと買い物にでも出かけたんだろう。
本当に？
おお、きっとな。
I do my best to ease her mind a little. Okay, here's what I'm thinking's going down. The scalper mentioned a boss, right? And we all know, if we played the previous games, that Mr. Braun is part of an old, like a weird organization, like a criminal organization, right? And so, what if Mr. Braun is the boss, and because the deadline got passed, and he doesn't get that money, Mr. Braun's in a bad mood and beating the shit out of that scalper right now, and the scalper's he's just fucking dead. But time just keeps ticking by.
ねえ、岡部倫太郎。
Did he
そろそろ
die?
家に送った方がいいんじゃない？
Lukako. I can't reply to that one either. That's strange.
そうだな。
Nick continues to stare at her game in silence. Despite finally getting what she was excited for, her expression is anything but cheerful. And that's because Mr. Braun still hasn't come back. Isn't she the daughter who's so cute you can't stop staring at her? Was your doting affection that shallow? Or maybe... Moeka? Is that Moeka trying to talk to me? Take the same course of action, this world line should technically progress in the same way as the previous one. Before the time leap, it's the fact that Mr. Braun was at home. In other words, the reason why he hasn't come home yet is because of my actions.
岡部君。
Moeka's also part of that organization that Braun's part of too, right though? Or was she a different one? She was a different one, right?
いつの間に。
さっきから。
なんと。お前、よく訓練された。
Shining Finger ignores my words and silently thrusts her cell phone at me. Right after I receive a message. I heard he committed suicide. What is this?
お父さん？
Nay murmurs to herself as I rush into the shop. It's the Metropolitan local news. The text on the screen says, "Suicide in Akiba. Jumper in front of Akihabara Station."
死亡が確認されたのは30代から40代とみられる男性で、警察では現在身元の確認を急いでいます。
Photo of the victim is displayed on screen along with the text, The viewer submitted in the center of the picture in question is a man wearing a familiar apron collapsed in front of the station. It's Mr. Braun. I hold Nay close to try and shield her from seeing the news on the TV around us.
大丈夫だからな。
Cry erupts from her small body like a kind of explosion. Her tears don't stop. I once again failed to keep my promise. Mr. Braun has no relatives. Someone he was close to on the Commerce Committee is going to take charge of all funeral-related matters. Nay's going to be sent to a foster care facility, but there's no way we can just leave her alone while she waits for social workers to come. After discussing it with the part-time warrior, she agrees to spend the night with Nay.
頼んだぞ。
任せといて。こういうのには慣れてるから。
She's used to this. Will I ever get used to seeing this endless cycle?
元気出しなよ。岡部倫太郎。
ああ。ありがとう。
After expressing my gratitude to her, I head back. The caller is Daru. Even if I want to leap back into the past, there's no point in doing this if I don't understand why any of this happened.
もしもし。守備はどうだ。
大枠は把握した感じかな。
Daru had returned ahead of me, and after telling him what went down, I had him look into the truth of the matter.
オカリンの予想通り、転売ヤーの PC ハックしてメールボックスを検索したら、天王寺優吾がヒットした。
Everything I changed this time revolved around the scalper, so if that's what changed Mr. Braun's fate, then...
どうもブラウン店長、転売屋の元締めだったらしいね。
そうか。
I'd always wondered how Mr. Braun was able to keep his little shop open considering the lack of business. But if he had another face like Daru said, it all makes sense.
メールを漁っていくと、それだけじゃなくて、ラウンダーとかいう組織に上納金を納めなきゃいけないとか。
The Rounders, huh?
どうも転売がラウンダーの資金源になってたっぽいね。で、今日の夕方が期限だったらしい。だからそれまでに資金を調達しないと、どんな目に遭わされてもおかしく。
やっぱり。
Indeed.
自殺じゃ。
ナイちゃんを残してくなんて無理っしょ。
It's all connected. The reason why Mr. Braun couldn't listen to his beloved daughter's request. The reason why he showed sympathy for 4C despite his actions. And finally, the reason why he left Nay behind and fell from a roof. Mr. Braun wasn't the underling distributing cash at Yodobashi. He was in charge of it all. If he had actually been there, he would have at least known that the scalpers had gotten their hands on Rynet AV3D, if nothing else.
でもそのラウンダーってのがどういう組織かさっぱり手がかりがないんだを。見た感じ、ある種の秘密結社っぽいっていうか。
The Rounders.
するとやはり悪の秘密組織の陰謀なわけないよな、チョコ。オカリン、ラウンダーって何か知ってる？
Where have I heard that name? What was it again?
オカリン、あれ、聞こえてる？オカリン。
おあ、大丈夫だ。帰ってからなのに悪かったな。
残念だけど、今自分にできるのはこのくらいだからね。じゃ、また明日。
ああ、またな。
I pull myself together and hang up the phone. My gaze is set on the sky and I slowly walk down the street. I just wanted to prevent Nay from crying. That's why I wanted to punish the man who caused her tears, 4C. But even he was just a victim of society. He didn't dine and dash or help the scalpers because he wanted to. That's why I turned my attention to what I thought was the true evil, the scalper. But now Mr. Braun's dead. I made Nay cry yet again. I'm sure there are all kinds of ways to avoid this. I could always try and defeat the evil organization behind the scalper, the Rounders, or I could just give up on the other children in line up earlier. But is that really the right thing to do? Am I really certain that such a choice wouldn't just bring misfortune raining down upon someone else? If Nay and I get our hands on the game, then that means that someone else misses out. Changing the future means choosing to save someone at the expense of another person. It means choosing to bring misfortune to another human being. Do I have the right to do that?
あんまり深刻になるなよ。たかがゲームだろ。
お前に俺の何がわかる。
I give in to anger and throw the controller, resetting the game. Commander Alpaca vanishes from the screen.
お前に俺の何が
There's no way he'd know anything about me. Hell, even I don't know what to do. What's my next move?
苦しいの？
I didn't expect to hear those words.
何言ってるんだ。苦しいわけなんて。
よく聞いて。人質のマユシーをオカリンは何回も助けてくれたんだよ。それは絶対に間違ってないんだよ。だからオカリンは正義の味方なのです。マユシーが保証します。だから苦しむ必要なんて。
そうか。
I didn't want to be a hero of justice. The slow and ditzy Mayuri who always manages to get herself caught by the villains. I just wanted to save her. She's one of my cherished lab members. Saving one's friends is justice at its most basic.
ありがとう。
どういたしまして。
Mayuri bows deeply.
ねえオカリン、その代わりお願いしていいかな。
You gotta let me go, Karen. The accident was years ago. Don't do that.
マユシーはナエちゃんを助けてあげてほしいのです。
はあ、わかってる。
My justice is right here. Mayuri's wish is my wish. That's why I tear off my alpaca mask and equip the headgear. Oh no, he was wearing the mask. Oh no! And return to the path as a hero of justice. Oh my god, y'all. I need to save. All right. We'll be ending here for today, everyone. All right. All right. Well, holy shit. I was not expecting most of that to happen. In fact, I completely did not realize that's what this game was. Hold on. Let me pull it back up in the store and see what I actually saw it as. Where's the linear bounded phenomenon?
Minna.
Hush. A story for every lab member. Discover a new side of each Steins Gate character and get a glimpse of their inner thoughts through 10 new stories. That's what the thing said. So I thought we'd be playing from the perspective of them, but apparently we're still in Ocarin, and this story seems to be focusing on Nay and Mr. Braun, I would guess? Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Though, I'm still concerned. So I have concerns here. Mayuri's only ever appeared when we've been wearing the mask, right? And no one else has acknowledged her except for that one email we got from Lukako about Mayuri and what her favorite food was or whatnot. But I'm wondering if that was something else though, because I'm wondering if maybe Mayuri's dead, and the reason Lukako was getting that food was so that they could eat Mayuri's favorite food together in memory of her death or something like that, right? But no one else seems that sad, so I don't think Mayuri's actually dead. I just don't I'm confused as what's happening here, right? But yeah, and then there's Kurisu, who has not made an appearance yet. So I'm wondering if she is not dead as well? Because like I said, unless we're in the perfect timeline, either Mayuri or Kurisu is dead. Or multiple people are. Depends upon how badly the world line goes, right? So yeah. I'm interested to see where this goes. But we will continue next week at 6 p.m. CST on Wednesday. I, for one, am very, very into the story right now. I would keep playing, but it ended on such a perfect point when we went back in time again. And we found out there's a huge conspiracy of stuff going on. As always happens in Steins Gate, it's perfect. So, next time, we'll continue from there. But, man, if this is going to be anything like Steins Gate 0, when we finally hear Makise Kurisu's voice, I'm just going to fucking start tearing up. Man, I don't remember. Did I record Steins Gate 0 or did I just play it myself? I forget. Either way, if you know the story of Steins Gate, as soon as Okabe heard Kurisu's voice, I just started tearing up, and I was like, oh no, what? But yeah. Anyway, everyone, I'm sort of confused as where this takes place at. I will say, it does seem to take place between Steins Gate and Steins Gate 0, since we're still time leaping, but we're not at the perfect world line yet. So we're somewhere between there. We also seem to be fairly early on in the Steins Gate 0 or Steins Gate original story, since we don't seem to have Lukako being a girl yet. We don't have knowledge of Suzuha being Daru's daughter. We don't apparently have Makise at all here, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, indeed. All right, well, I'm going to wrap things up because I'm starting to ramble, as I always do. But thank you all for watching. If you missed anything, it'll be up on YouTube, youtube.com/PlagueandShiki. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/PlagueandShiki if you're watching this on YouTube. And also, regardless of what platform you're on now, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/PlagueandShiki, and I will tweet out right before I go live. So, I also tweet out other stuff too, but whatever. Bye for now.